Yes, I do. I think that President Erdogan has a huge advantage in the second round of this election for the following reasons. Well, first of all, uh, there's never been a fair playing field in Turkey because the government has always had outsized influence on the media. But in President Erdogan's Turkey, that media dominance is almost complete. So he already starts with a very large media advantage. Second, I think in light of the polling the weekend before the election last Sunday, that showed the opposition coalition led by Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu not only ahead of President Erdogan, but having a majority that would have put him into the presidency without a second round runoff. I think that the opposition is very demoralized by the results on Sunday. And I don't think they have a plan B, frankly, for how to fight this next 2 weeks runoff election campaign. Third, I think Turks have very not fond memories, I would say, of divided government, coalition governments in the 1990s. And since President Erdogan's party and coalition won a pretty comfortable majority in the parliamentary election on Sunday, I think he'll be able to argue pretty persuasively to the Turkish people that they don't want to have a divided government. For all of those reasons, I think that he really is the odds-on favorite now to win the election.
باعتقادك هل لا يهتم الأتراك بالاقتصاد والتضخم والأزمة النقدية؟
You know, it's a very good question because President Erdogan's mismanagement of the Turkish economy has led to a very severe inflation and a currency crisis, a long-standing and lingering currency crisis, because the Turkish lira has been devalued so much because of his insistence on keeping interest rates low. And that has really, I think, created a very serious economic crisis in the country. One would have expected, as a result of that, that Turkish voters would have punished him after 20 years in power for that mismanagement. And by the way, not just mismanagement of the economy, but also mismanagement of COVID and mismanagement of the relief of the terrible earthquake that Turkey suffered a few months ago. So his management in terms of the election being a referendum on his stewardship of Turkey as its president, you would think would have made it very tough for him. But he was able, I think, to trump that by essentially populist appeals, turning on the credit spigot, spending a lot of money from government coffers to provide benefits to voters, including a few days before the election, raising the salaries of public employees by 45% and appealing to nationalism. So the populist nationalist appeal, I think, trumped the pocketbook issues.
هناك أيضا من ربط سبب ترجيح كفة أردوغان بالبعد الثقافي والديني في البلاد، هل تتفق؟
Yes, I think that certainly was an element. I think, President Erdogan's appeal to culturally conservative voters and to his Islamist base, because, his roots in Turkish politics are in Islamist parties that have advocated a political role for Islam in Turkish society, which has been very secular since Ataturk, of course, back in the 1920s. So undoubtedly that played some role in his election. I don't know that it was the decisive role, but it certainly was a big part of it.